What's love? Tribe by Judah in the flesh, baby. 20,000 steps a day, keep the devil away. Okay, so on that note, let's shake this devil off and get to this message. Let's get to this wisdom. All right, y'all. So the wisdom for today is royal squeeze. God showed me a big lemon, and he is squeezing it with all his power, all his might. And I saw the first drop come out of that stubborn lemon, because that lemon didn't want to squeeze. That lemon was dry. It was everything else but juicy inside. So God had to squeeze until a drop came out. That one drop that came out of that lemon, 44 on the clock, God said that is liquid gold. Now, while God said that is the royal squeeze, because we all know that life been lifing lately. And God has been taking me on a journey these past couple days. 2 times in the past 3 days, I literally had to talk somebody off the ledge. And I mean off the ledge of taking their life and off the ledge of giving up on life, 1:11 on the clock. And I was like, dang, God, like you straight turning me into a minister out in these streets. What's going on? And God said, no, you're not necessarily a minister. You literally are transferring into your royal divinity. And I was like, okay, you're transforming into your royal divinity. So when God says royal squeeze, he means that he is literally emptying out his children of everything that does not serve you. And it only takes that one drop to turn you into that royal throne. And I'm not talking about fake Dungeons and Dragons type shit. I'm talking about real royalty, like your ancestors, like the Queen of Sheba, like King Solomon, like real royalty, real kings and queens, real emperors, real shit around here. Like it is time for us as a people to take back over our thrones. And only way that can happen is if you get rid of all those generational curses that are inside of your DNA in order to transform you into a whole different being. And that's why God said he had me out on this walk for so long. It's 2.5 years. And I was talking to a friend today who wanted to give up on life. And I didn't know what to say from my mind, so I just spoke from my heart. And my heart took me back to the place where I first started this journey. The first place, once we left the hotel because we couldn't afford it anymore, the first place that we landed was on the side of a church. And I remember, I didn't cry, but I remember wanting to cry. And I'm like, dang, God, I never thought that you would have me out in the cold. I never thought you would leave me outside. I never thought that you would abandon me like this. Like, why? Why are you bringing me down so low? Why are you doing this to me, God? And now I understand why. Because that person back then that laid on the side of that church, I can honestly say I didn't love myself enough. I didn't value myself. I didn't think I was smart. I was codependent. I didn't have real direction in life. I literally was the type of person that would latch onto people to build them up so I can ride their coattail. And me building them up, me showing them what to do and how to do it was me, in my mind, deserving the right to be there. But little did I know that I was supposed to be the person being pushed, not the person doing the pushing. I'm the prototype. I'm the diamond. I'm the royal. Back then, because I don't have a college degree, and because I didn't have the proper direction, and because I didn't know what I was talented in, because I didn't know what I was good at, because I didn't know what my true skills were. I mean, I know how to talk people. I know how to give good advice, but like, how do you monetize that shit if you can't show anything for it? You know, so I felt stuck. I felt like I couldn't really use my true gifts. And so God said he put me through this because he had to give me a testimony. He had to show the world that it works. That you can literally think you're nothing and turn out to be everything. Back then, when I was on the side of that church, I was the type of person that would use substances to suppress my emotions, or, you know, I would think that the only way I could have, you know, high vibrational, thoughtful, thought-intriguing conversations if it's I was smoking weed, or the only way that I can fit into this group is if I were drinking liquor, or the only way I could fit into this group if I act like I'm better than them over there. God transformed me in such an incredible way by stripping away all those doubts, all those concerns, all those deep-seated feelings that made me feel less than what I really was. And in order for me to actually arrive to this point, God had to strip me all of it, not to hurt me, but to show me, look, you're literally sitting your ass right here on the wall, and people are taking care of you just because of who you are. They're bringing you food. They're bringing you water. They're bringing you new clothes. They're bringing you everything you need. Only thing you have to do is sit here and work on yourself. I have never felt more loved and powerful in my life until God showed me his way. And so I'm here to say that we all think that we all know the way, the path. Like, no. In the times that we're coming into, the times that we're moving into nowadays, the old ways don't work. We are in the midst of literally the end of the old ways of this earth, the end of the patriarchy, the Armageddon, if that's what you want to call it, with the rapture, the what's it called, the Exodus, what's it called in the Bible? Wow, what's the end of the Bible? Y'all know what I'm talking about. I can't think of it right now. I'm having a brain fart. But we are in those times. We are in those times. Like, I promise you not that the end as we know it is here. Like, the world as we know it is over. Like, the old ways of doing things no longer exist because people are too aware. People are too awakened. You're going to witness governments and banks crumbling because of the faulty foundations that God is shaking. Do y'all wonder why all these earthquakes and tsunamis and tornadoes and all these other the wildfires in California? God is tearing shit down. Like, we are in the days of the Bible, the revival. Like, we are literally experiencing exactly what happened in the Bible. Y'all need to take this seriously. Listen up and listen clear. The Lion of Judah is here and shit is getting done. God has been working through me like I have never imagined in my life, because I became a purified vessel for God and Goddess to work through me. Gone are the days of thinking there's just a Father God. There's not. How do you think the women got here in this world? It wasn't from Adam's rib. It was from Mother God. We were created in their image, not just his image. We are witnessing an unveiling of truth, where lies, the light is being shown every single day. The lies, the deceit, the trauma, it can no longer survive. That's why those of y'all who have been feeling crushed by life, you feel like you can't breathe. Yes, this is true, because God is squeezing the fuck out of that lemon that is your life and turning it into a bar of gold. But you have to allow it. You have to allow God to move in your life. You have to allow the ancestors and the angels and the atmosphere to move. Give them permission to help. They're not going to help unless you ask. You have to allow God to move it, and it is ugly. Y'all, it damn near took my breath away when I lost $100,000 in 1 year because I did what God told me to do. But God told me, right ideas, wrong time. But God told me to do it then and there because he needed to bring me down here. He needed to bring me to these streets, because God knew if I had the crushing of the bills, you know, the slavery system that they created in this world, called employment, called not doing God's work, called working at McDonald's and Burger King for minimum wage, called having to get a second job just to be able to get a bologna sandwich. Yes, that is modern day slavery. God is crushing that system down because God no longer wants his people, his children, his anointed to suffer. No more. No more. And you are feeling the weight of it because we're the ones propping up the whole system. The lower class, the middle class is propping up the entire system. So y'all are bearing the most weight. The tariffs, the inflation, and yet your rate of pay really ain't going nowhere, is it? That's because God ain't paying you. And so God is ripping it away. And so I'm here to tell y'all, like for real, I know it's scary to let go, but you can't hold on anymore. It will literally kill you to hold on to this old life that you had. So if you're feeling like you can't bear the weight anymore because you're robbing Peter to pay Paul and Paul done ran, and so you don't know where to go, where to turn to God, and God is saying, let go. Let it go. If you have to go back to live with mom and dad, go back to live with mom and dad. If you have to couch surf at your good friends and family, couch surf at your good friends and family. If you find yourself out in these streets like me, just take a deep breath and know that God got you. I know it's uncomfortable. I know it doesn't feel well, but God got you. And you are out here to gain everything. Trust me when I say that. You are out here to gain your royalty, to gain 11:55 on the clock, to gain your authority, to gain your kingdom, to gain your queendom. You are out here to rise from the bottom. Started from the bottom, now we're here. You are brought out here not to die, but to rebirth yourself. 12:12 on the clock. To birth yourself into a new version that God put you on this earth to be. 12:21. God is out here making movements, y'all. I'm a movement by myself, but I'm a force when we together. We need to come together in numbers to take over this corruption. That is the only way it's going to work. The only way it is going to work. You can either struggle to the bottom by yourself, or you can band together with me and everybody out there who's on the same vibration, and we can conquer this shit together. No more are the days of being selfish. No more are the days aspiring to get material things. Fuck material things. That's just plus. That's extra. That's not the reason why God is giving you this breath. That's not the reason why God is putting you on this earth. That's not your purpose, to get Bugattis and Mercedes-Benzes and mansions all over the world. That is not the purpose. It's a plus. It's for your comfort. It's not for you to gloat. It's not for you to aspire to get that. That is not the goal. The goal is experiences. The goal is to do God's work and help your neighbor so they can help their neighbor. The goal is to make yourself wise and remember who the fuck you are so you can teach it to your lineage so that they will never be broken again, never be enslaved again. Y'all talking about 400 years of slavery, but you're still slaves in your mind. Let me calm down. My heart's racing. We are in a day where slavery is no longer for the Jews. It's no longer for black people. You know, it is for everybody. Everybody here who has a job, who is not making a living wage, is a slave. And everybody who has a job, who is middle class, is a slave. Everybody is a slave to the 1% of this world. And even they are a slave to the people that they answer to. Nobody is free in this world. We are all slaves on different levels. It's like we're all on each other's back and going nowhere because there's a glass ceiling. Like, how high do you think you're going to go before the bottom crumbles? The bottom is crumbling. The bottom is falling out. The bottom is no more. God, rug pull, confirmation. God has pulled the rug and everything is crumbling. Like the damn World Trade Towers on 9/11. Brick by brick, layer by layer by layer until it's boom. The bottom. Started from the bottom, now we're here. But you know what? It's not over for us, because I'm going to tell you why. Because there was a first wave of people like myself who actually had the balls and the ovaries to let it all go. To say, fuck them bills, fuck that house. I'm going to go ahead and live out on the streets. I'll figure this shit out. I'm going to go on this faith walk and get closer to God, because clearly my human mind ain't getting it right. That's because your human mind and the person that you were was under such spiritual attack. You were under such chaotic attack, trying to cloud your mind, trying to keep the veil over so you can't see the truth, trying to gaslight you, trying to make you see everything but right. Go every way but right. See you every way but right. Trying to pump you with Monsanto fake food and stuff, trying to destroy your body, trying to destroy everything that God wants for you. That is what the system was designed to do, to destroy. I'm spitting so much because I'm thirsty, but I don't care, because this is real shit. This system is designed to destroy. And believe it or not, y'all, we are living in a spiritual world where evil eye is real, where hexes are real, voodoo is real, black magic is real, cults are real. Now, I ain't gonna say no names right now, because I ain't trying to, it ain't time yet. I need to get off these streets first. But, well, actually, I don't even know God's plan. I have no idea what God's plan, but I know God is making some shit very visible to some high-ranking corporations, some high-ranking cults, some high-ranking nonprofits, some high-ranking presidents and governments and all that shit. And I'll know when it's time, but right now it's the time. So on that note, y'all, get grounded. And everything that has power over you, release it. If you have a problem with alcohol, cut back on your alcohol till it's gone. Because right now, that alcohol is your master. If you have a problem with smoking weed and you can't quit whenever you want to, cut back on that weed until that weed is gone. Because that weed is your master. Now, I'm not saying you can't drink ever or you can't smoke ever. But right now, in this season, you need to go cold turkey. Because God, you're either going to sink or you're going to swim. And if you sink, I promise you, your lineage is done. Like, God is at the point where he is wiping out entire lineages. Not just one person, but lineages. It is the survival of the fittest, y'all. Hunger Games. Take this shit seriously. Because there cannot be any loose links in the chain. God is getting rid, 8:33 o'clock, God is getting rid of all the loose links in the chain. Only the strongest will survive. And I hope and pray that that's you. But you can't fake your way through this. I'm over here saying 20,000 steps a day, keep the devil away. I could very well be pretending to walk. As soon as I turn this video off, I'm like, oh, okay. But no, y'all gonna know, because if I'm not losing weight, if I'm not looking better, y'all gonna know. You cannot fake it. You have to do the work. You cannot fake growth. You cannot fake weight loss. And I ain't trying to go under nobody's knife. And it's not even about the looks, it's about the wisdom. When I come out here to talk, I'm talking to God. God is dropping this wisdom on me, because God is getting that stagnant ass energy out of my body. There's a purpose for everything. It's not just for looks. Looks is the last reason it's for. It's not easy going out here walking every day in this hot ass sun. My skin gets burned. I don't have any sunscreen. But thank God that he has prepared my body to withstand this heat. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here. You have what's in you to take it. You have what's in you to make it. You just gotta stand still, stand your ground. I just heard show me state. I don't know what state that is, but basically what God was saying, we are in the state of the show me. Don't tell me, show me. And I don't mean show me once you get to the other end. Show me as you're going through it. Because your brother and your sister out there need that word of encouragement as you're going through it. It's easy to say, ta-da, I made it. And you didn't see the struggle. They didn't see the cries. They didn't see the hurt and the pain. That's not helpful. Because that hurt and pain is what gives them encouragement. Not after you arrive, but as you're going through it. Because y'all need to go through it together. There's no more of this solo shit. It's done. Over. Finito. It is time to band together once and for all and stand up. I just heard, say it loud. I'm black and I'm proud. Say it loud. I'm black and I'm proud. Rest in peace, James Brown. I don't know why I just heard that. Yo, hey. Oh shit. I'm about to get off this video, y'all, but Mother, Father, was there anything else that you wanted to say to your children before I leave this video? I just heard, stand up, take my people with me. Together we are going to a brand new home. Far across the river, I hear freedom calling, calling me to answer. Gonna keep on keeping on. I can feel it in my bones. All right. Shout out to Harriet Tubman. And shout out to, what's her name, Cynthia? I forgot what her last name is. Respect. Stand up, y'all. It's time for you to be the leader. It's time for you to be the example. And the only way for you to be the leader and the example is for you to actually go through the shit. You can't pay your way through it. You can't pay your way through it. You can't, all you could do is walk your way through it one day at a time, one step at a time. And I realized, last thing, back then, I just swore up and down that I was ready. I was like, God, I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready. Just give it to me, give it to me. I was nowhere near ready. Because I never knew the stuff that I held deep inside of me, the hurt, the pain, the generational curses, the trauma that I held deep inside of me that I never healed. And so, as I stand right now, I know that I'm ready. Because for one, I have no fear. I have no fear, your Savior is here. For two, I have no remorse. For three, I have no pain. For four, I have no shame. And my vessel, for the first time in my entire life, my vessel is healed. Now, I'm not saying that I'm the perfect picture of health yet, but every single day I get my black ass out in the sun and I do these steps. I'm not perfect. Sometimes I make 14,000. Sometimes I only have the energy to do 10 because this sun, it takes the, it drains me. It drains me, and I don't have a gym membership, so I could work it outside, inside, work out inside. So I do what I do, what I could do it, and it's not easy. I don't get it perfect every day, but I would say at least 5 days out of the 7 I do. And I never give up on myself. I need some water. I never give up on myself, ever. And it's showing, because my inner light is now showing on the outside, which is why everybody's attracted to me now. I have become the God that God always intended me to be. And it's now showing on the outside, and people are actually witnessing, which is why they're being drawn to me. So how do I know I made it? Because I'm attracting shit like a motherfucking magnet. How do I know I made it? Because I am in love with myself through and through. There is nothing anybody can ever say about me to persuade me or to sway me any other way. I am concrete, I am firm, my roots are in the ground, which is why I'm able to even come out here and be vulnerable in these videos to begin with. I have no shame. I don't give a fuck what I did in the past. I would tell it on the mountain. Mount Zion, I was screaming on the mountaintop. I did some things that back then that the person who I am now would never do. Because I know my value, I know my worth. And I know that you know your value and you know your worth. And so those things that God is telling you that you need to get rid of, the codependency, the lack mentalities, the thinking that you need to thinking that you know it all. Like even I don't know it all. And I'm the Lion of Judah, like I don't know it all. There's so much that I don't know. But there's so much that I do know. I am wise beyond this whole generation that I'm in. But there's still so much that I need to learn, and everybody in this collective is a piece of the puzzle. And I learn things every day about myself. And I use that 2626 on the clock. And I use that to apply it to what I already know to build an even better picture. Like, oh yeah, now that makes complete sense why I feel this way. We are all a piece of the puzzle, no matter where you are on your journey. I learn from everything, everybody, even the birds, the bees, the trees, and the ocean itself. We are learning on a consistent, constant basis. You just need to open up your vessel to it. And in order to open up your vessel to it, you need to let the shit go. Clear your chakras, come into balance, pray every day. Ask God and your ancestors for guidance and forgiveness, because it is do or die. Do or die. Time's up. I've arrived. And it's time for me to get on my throne and run this shit the right way. And I mean the right way. The right way. Starting with the governments and the people and everything else in between. America is going to get right first and foremost. And then we're going to work on the rest of the world, because this is God's land now. God and Goddess came back to claim their shit. And if they have to wipe everybody off the way and just put them chosen ones on the top of that mountain so they safe, trust and believe they will do that. This shit is not fake. It's not fraud. This is real. This is real. If you do not submit to God's will, if you do not submit to God's way, you will perish. Your entire lineage will perish. I promise you. Take heed of this message. And on that note, it is time for y'all hear the waves crashing. Take heed, y'all. The ancestors have arrived and they came to collect. Collect money, collect wealth, and collect souls. It's go time. Judah out, baby. Boom.